Katie. I work at the Fleming Island Public Library. Welcome to Virtual Storytime. Now in Storytime, we get to read books and sing songs, get silly, learn some cool new stuff. But first, let's sing our welcome song. So I'd like you to get your hands ready for clapping so we can sing, the more we read together, the more we read together, the happier we'll be. Read big books and small books and short books and tall books. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. All right, friends. So this summer, our theme is Tails and Tales. Those two words sound completely alike, right? But this one is tales like what animals have, and this one is stories like fairy tales. So for story time, each week we are going to visit a habitat, an animal habitat. That is where animals live. So this week we're going to the desert. Now, the desert does not have a lot of water there, but it's got a lot of sand. So I thought we could learn how to say sand in sign language. Sign language is when we talk with our hands. So for this one, we take our hands up like this and we pinch our fingers together. And it's almost like you have sand in there, so you rub them together, okay? That's sand. That's sand in sign language. All right, so our book today is called Nobody Hugs a Cactus by Carter Goodrich. Hank lived in a pot. The pot sat in a window. The window looked out at the empty desert. It was hot, dry, peaceful, and quiet, just the way Hank liked it. But every now and then, someone would interrupt Hank's peace and quiet. "Hi, Hank," Rosie the tumbleweed called out. "Isn't it a beautiful day?" Hank ignored her. He just wanted to be left alone. So grumpy. "Okay, so long," said Rosie cheerfully, and she tumbled away. Hank was happy again. But just as he was beginning to relax, "Hello," shouted a tortoise. "Private property," yelled Hank. "Keep out!" The tortoise was so frightened, he hid in his shell. Can we pretend to hide in our shells? Good job, guys. Hank was still yelling at the tortoise when a jackrabbit dashed by. "Hiya, Prickles," she shouted. "My name isn't Prickles," Hank yelled back, "and stay out of my yard." "Tumbleweeds, tortoises, jackrabbits, what's next?" said Hank. A coyote came loping by. "No dogs allowed," Hank yelled. "I'm not a dog," said the coyote, "and you are as prickly on the inside as you are on the outside." Before Hank could yell back at the coyote, a cowboy strode past. "Keep off the grass," shouted Hank. "What grass?" said the cowboy. "Seems to me somebody needs a hug. Too bad nobody hugs a cactus." "Hi," said a lizard. "Who invited you?" said Hank. "And just in case you're wondering, I don't want a hug." "That's good," said the lizard, "because I don't want to give you one." And then he skittered away. An owl landed on the roof. What is an owl saying? "Hoo, hoo." "If you're looking for a hug," said Hank, "well, I guess I could give you one." "Who, me?" said the owl. "You must be joking." And for the first time, Hank began to feel a little lonely. The next morning, Hank was feeling more sad on the inside than prickly. Maybe a hug wouldn't be so bad after all. The wind began to pick up. An old cup blew by and stuck to Hank's face. His arms were too short to get it off. "Great," said Hank. After a while, Rosie came came bouncing by. "I'll get it off you, Hank," she shouted, and she jumped up to knock the cup off of Hank's face. Then she tumbled away. Hank looked surprised. Hank didn't have time to thank Rosie. He felt bad about all the other times he had been so rude to her. So he came up with a plan. Hank decided to grow the best flower he could and then give it to Rosie as a thank you gift. It took days, but at last it was ready. He couldn't wait for Rosie to pass by again. Look at that pretty flower. When at last she finally did come bouncing back, Hank held out the flower. "Look, Rosie," he said, "I grew it just for you." Rosie was so surprised, she jumped up and gave Hank a great big hug. It felt so nice, Hank didn't want to let go. And as things turned out, he couldn't. Rosie and Hank had become stuck together. But they didn't care. After all, it's better to be stuck in a hug than stuck all alone. And that's the end. Aw, I like that story. Can we give ourselves a big hug? Love it. Well, so we saw a couple of animals in here. We saw a jackrabbit, we saw a coyote, and even a tortoise. But there's another animal that lives in the desert that we didn't talk about in our book. This one is a camel. This camel's name is Alice. You notice she's pretty long. That's because she's got a lot of humps. Camels have humps to store water in their backs. So let's count the humps. Well, let's see what color the humps are first. What color is this one? This one's red. This one is green. This one is pink. This one is blue. And our last one, orange. Now, we're going to sing a song about Alice's humps, and every time we talk about her humps, we're going to dip down. And then at the end, we're going to kind of boogie with Alice at the end. All right? So let's count how many humps we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can we all hold up 5 fingers? And we'll sing, Alice the camel has 5 humps. Alice the camel has 5 humps. Alice the camel has 5 humps. So go, Alice, go. All right, let's take away one of those. Now how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alice the camel has 4 humps. Alice the camel has 4 humps. Alice the camel has 4 humps. So go, Alice, go. All right, let's take away another one. Now how many do we have? 1, 2, 3. Alice the camel has 3 humps. Alice the camel has 3 humps. Alice the camel has 3 humps. So go, Alice, go. Let's take away another one. All right, 1, 2. Alice the camel has 2 humps. Alice the camel has 2 humps. Alice the camel has 2 humps. So go, Alice, go. And we'll take away another one. So now she's down to 1. Alice the camel has 1 hump. Alice the camel has 1 hump. Alice the camel has 1 hump. So go, Alice, go. Let's take that one away. How many does she have now? Alice the camel has no humps. Alice the camel has no humps. Alice the camel has no humps because Alice is a horse. Nay! That was a surprise, wasn't it? All right, now there's another animal that we didn't see in our book and we haven't done a rhyme about, but I think he's hanging out around here. Where could he be? Oh, a snake! All right. All right, so I have my puppet with me, but we can use our hands as a snake mouth. And what does a snake say? So we're gonna use our hands as his mouth, and we're gonna go and then we're gonna dance with our snake too. So here's my song. Went the slippery snake one day. Went the slippery snake. Went the slippery snake one day, and we all went too. But we all know snakes go shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-dooby-doo. We all know snakes go shooby-dooby-doo. They don't say all right, let's do that one more time, all right? Went the slippery snake one day. Went the slippery snake. Went the slippery snake one day, and we all went too. But we all know snakes say shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-dooby-doo, shooby-dooby-doo. We all know snakes say shooby-dooby-doo. They don't go Yay! Good job, guys! All right, so that is all the time we have for virtual story time today. But first, let's sing our goodbye song. So I love to sing Skinamarink at the end of my story times. So we're gonna start by putting one hand down, and then we're gonna put one hand over it, and we're gonna wave. And then we're gonna switch hands. And then we get to say, I love you. How do we say that? We point to our eyes for I, we give ourselves a big hug for love, and we point to each other for you. So when do we love? We love in the morning when the sun's nice and high. We love in the afternoon. We love in the evening when the sun's low, and then when the moon comes up. All right, ready? Skinnamarink-y dinky dink, skinnamarink-y doo. I love you. Skinnamarink-y dinky dink, skinnamarink-y doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Skinnamarink-y dinky